According to a study conducted by a group of computer scientists in Columbia University and French National Institute, 59% links of articles shared in social media are never actually been opened even once. In other words, it means that people on social media are sharing the news that they haven't even read. Hi, I'm Nurliana Nadia from ABC Newspapers. Nowadays, we can see people form an opinion just based on the surface. For example, they just read the headlines and quickly form a conclusion from it. This is wrong. From day to day, headlines presented to the users and readers are being more and more deceptive. It happened on mainstream media and even a reputable publication company. Often, the headlines are so controversial that the readers feel compelled to comment on the headline itself. Because of that, we in ABC newspapers are being called to create an awareness for the people to read and never skip the articles. Along with our campaign, we are also going to share about the causes, effects, and actions that we need to take in order to prevent this problem from going worse.
Based on what we previously had discussed, you must be wondering what are the causes of skipping during reading. Hi, my name is Sophia Muhammad Shamri, and today I'm going to discuss about the effects of skipping during reading. First, to blend in with the society. When you want to join a group talk, the most simplest topic that you would talk about is the current issue, because that is the most general topic. But do you actually read and understand the content, or do you just read the title that is pasted on the newspaper? Secondly, have you ever went to a bookstore and scrolled through the racks to find a magazine, and you found this one interesting magazine, but when you purchase and read them, it doesn't really matches the title of the magazine? Yes, this is clickbait. Clickbait is often used to grab the attention of the buyers and the readers in order to gain likes and views, but in the end this only ends up with an upset and angry customers. According to an official website, the Malaysian Boss and the daily newspaper, Malaysians are not really a big fan of reading. This could be due to lack of exposure on reading during their childhood. Without reading, do you think we can actually share and spread the knowledge with clarity? I don't think so. Hence, there will be self-interpretation that would lead to misleading information.
Hi everyone, I'm Nadia Afrina. We'll be explaining about the effect of reading the headline article only. You have probably run into misleading headlines dozens of times. You click on an interesting article just to be taken to content that doesn't exactly fulfill the headline's promise. Sites that have been labeled as clickbait farms such as BuzzFeed and Upworthy are often accused of this. However, even long-standing and reputable publishers have started using the misleading headlines just to get traffic. Although the spread of misinformation online isn't usually that malicious, it does have an important impact on the news audiences. Headlines and text posts alone can change the way we think about the world without even knowing it. One major reason why many people still feel empowered to share articles they haven't read is because the headline might proclaim something that they already believe. Confirmation bias gives them confidence to share the article. Unethical journalists with an agenda to tilt, dramatize, or falsify headlines for audiences who won't question them, making it easy for publishers to manipulate online users into believing on potentially dangerous falsehoods. It is easy for reporters to blame consumers for their lack of news literacy. But it looks like it is time for a new approach. Since journalists are the one with the media education, shouldn't we be doing our part to help our audiences to understand what we do and what we deliver? But what happens when one of the most well-known, supposedly unbiased news outlets is just as misleading? Check out this CNN article from earlier this year titled "Ebola in the Air, a Nightmare That Could Happen." Again, This headline is definitely going to get some clicks, as Ebola was the top search term this year. But the experts interviewed for the story claim that the chances of Ebola mutating to spread through the air are actually very small. The headline could just as easily have been, Ebola in the air, expert says it is unlikely. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ilya, and today I'll be presenting the actions to be taken by different parties to ensure the success of the campaign. The first action that should be taken is journalists should make headlines interesting but not misleading. To attract more readers, headlines should be interesting. Hence, journalists usually write strong, remarkable headlines, but many are also clickbaits and often misleading. A strong headline results into readers making conclusion without reading. For example, we can see two articles on the slide. The first one is from Bangkok Post and the second one is from CNN. The article by Bangkok Post is very misleading and results into readers drawing a conclusion. On to the next slide, headlines should be inviting readers to read than to draw a conclusion. For example, we have two different articles with different headlines, however with the same content about explaining Malaysia's Shared Prosperity Vision 2030. The first article's headline is simply a statement, while the second headline raises question. The first article is likely to be ignored after reading the headline, and people would tend to draw conclusion from the headline alone. While the second article, people are likely to read the whole article as it's in the form of question, and people are likely to be more curious. Headlines should provide a gist of the article, but should not lead readers to conclude the issue without reading the full article. Thirdly, online articles should be made easily accessible. Although it may rarely happen in big newspaper companies, however, smaller paper companies might not make their website easily accessible. As for example, there are pop-up advertisements, and some websites require subscription and registration to read the full article. Although it is understandable that companies need to earn money to continue publishing, however, readers may get irritated and annoyed as it's hard to access the articles and may give up reading the full article. Last but not least, readers must read. The newspaper companies may try every method possible, but we cannot deny that the snowball effect starts from the readers keeping the articles. We should install reading habit and curiosity in ourselves so that it becomes a habit to read the whole article. In conclusion, read, don't skip. With actions taken by every party, we can eliminate the effects and causes of skipping articles. Together, we could build a knowledgeable generation who truly cares about the current issues. Thank you.